The Renaissance movement, 14,000s to 16,000s. The Renaissance was a period of European history that displayed the rebirth of art, literature, and learning. The Renaissance movement lasted from the 14th century to the 17th century. Humans realized that they aren't meant to be ranked depending on how much money they have or their social class, but rather their talent and abilities. During this time, they explored characteristics like humanism, individualism, naturalism, and secularism. What exactly are these characteristics? According to Script.com, humanism is when humankind started to believe in human potential and men were depicted in the center of art. Individualism was the belief that the individuals should be free to think, speak, and act for themselves. Naturalism is a realistic portrayal of the natural world. And finally, secularism was the increasing concern with material rather than spiritual world. The isms of the Renaissance helped the movement by moving everyone's focus away from medieval religion and instead focus on human potential, personal achievement, and critical thinking. This is what helped spark rebirth in art today. Today I'll be analyzing the three most important artworks that were made during this movement, which is Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, Michelangelo, the creator of Adam, on the Sistine Chapel ceiling, and finally Raphael's The School of Athens. The first artwork I will be analyzing is Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, which was never officially finished. He kept adding more layers of oil until he died in 1519. The Mona Lisa was painted using oil paints and a white poplar wood panel. The approximate size is 77 centimeters by 53 centimeters, which is 30 inches by 21 inches. The technique that was used for this artwork is called sfumato. Sfumato, which means vanished in smoke, is a technique where 30 thin layers of oil paint are applied to the painting. The brushstrokes are microscopic. When making this artwork, Da Vinci used irregular paint strokes that can be found in the skin in order to display a natural, real-life person's skin. This connects to the Renaissance because of its use of humanism, as it was shifting away from religion and worshipping gods and focusing on the science and imperfections of man. On this artwork, Mona Lisa has her arms crossed, which makes a triangular composition to make her the center of attention. I also noticed that this artwork has many earthly colors, such as green and brown. This makes the painting have a quiet look, especially with the background also appearing to be quiet and peaceful. The texture is also smooth, which depicts real human skin. Da Vinci wanted to make Mona Lisa appear as though she was literally alive. He did this by using the sfumato in order to give her human emotion. It was a form of realism and humanism. He also wanted to capture psychological depth by combining a lifelike presence with a natural landscape. Personally, I think the Mona Lisa is so famous because her mysterious expression, which makes people wonder what she's really thinking. Additionally, the second artwork I will be analyzing is Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam on the Sistine Chapel ceiling, which was made between 1508 and 1512. The materials used for this artwork were lime plaster, earth pigments, mineral and metallic pigments, and water. Michelangelo used a fresco technique in order to create this artwork. This method is when you apply water-based paint onto freshly laid lime plaster. This allows the colors to become permanent. The approximate size of this artwork is 2.8 meters by 5.7 meters, which is 9 feet and 2 inches by 18 feet and 8 inches. The surface area of this artwork is 15.96 square meters. This artwork uses implied lines when God is reaching out to Adam's hand. They also use shape by showing a two-dimensional figure on the ceiling and form by showing muscular human figures. The color of the mountains that Adam is sitting on resembles how we are in a lifeless state before God creates us. Adam also appears to be pale and weak, having to use his knee to lift up his hand, which reinforces the idea that he is lifeless and physically weak, waiting for God to save him. Michelangelo uses symmetrical balance by showing the right side where God is packed with many angels on his back, showing power, and on the left where Adam is alone and isolated. The texture appears to give a grainy texture since it was painted onto lime plaster. This artwork is related to humanism because instead of portraying him as a weak, brittle human, he is majestic and muscular just like God. This also represents individualism, specifically human free will, because Adam is reaching his index finger from his own will. According to the Sistine Chapel.org, the intentions of Michelangelo was to depict that God created man in his own image. Personally, I think the gap between God's and Adam's fingers is the most powerful part of this painting because it builds suspense and symbolizes the moment life is about to be given. Finally, The last artwork I will be analyzing is Raphael's The School of Athens, made between 1509 to 1511. The medium used for this artwork was the fresco technique, which is the same technique used in Michelangelo's creation of atoms, that involves painting on water-based pigments directly onto lime plaster. The materials used in this artwork is paint and wet lime plaster. The size measures to be 500 centimeters by 770 centimeters, which is about 16.4 feet by 25.3 feet. There are many shapes used in this artwork, such as the strong vertical and horizontal lines shown in the background building, depicting the stability and strength of the building. The shape of the building, having space in the middle and arches, frames the human figures as the center of the artwork. Raphael also uses the element of space by making a two-dimensional painting appear to be three-dimensional, creating an illusionistic space. The work is also symmetrical and balanced because in the front there are clusters of people and they're also perfectly split down in the middle. The building is also completely symmetrical. According to blog.artspur.com, the artwork was intended to praise the church. This artwork is connected with humanism because it puts the human thinkers at the center of the painting, which implies that humans are capable of critical thinking. Personally, I think this painting is interesting because it brings together so many important philosophers in one place, making it feel like a celebration of knowledge and learning. Overall, these three Renaissance artworks share similarities while also having important differences. All three highlight humanism by displaying people as intelligent, emotional, and significant, rather than just focusing on the religious symbolism. All three also demonstrate realism through detailed human anatomy and lifelike expressions. The difference is that all artists were able to achieve these goals in a different way. Leonardo da Vinci Mona Lisa is a small oil painting that focuses on the mystery of a single individual by using the Ceballos technique, while Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam is a fresco that combines religion with humanism by portraying Adam as strong and muscular, just like God. On the other hand, Raphael's The School of Athens is also a fresco painting, but instead of just showing biblical people, it demonstrates knowledge and critical thinking. While they all reflect Renaissance ideals, each of them highlight different aspects of the movement like realism, religion, and the value of human knowledge.